Professor Wergelis here. I want to show you some cool things with JavaScript that's hopefully going to open up your mind and help you with the current challenge. I really want to help you with this JavaScript challenge because a lot of students, they really think too complicated for this challenge. They go all out. They do this complicated method when in fact it's very simple if you use JavaScript. So how do I know when to use .value or .innerHTML or .selected? Well, anytime you're using an input element, so technically this doesn't have the keyword input, but Textarea is a type of form element. It's a type of input element that is like a text field, but it's used for multiple lines and the user can expand the view. So if the user clicks here, they can increase the width or the height depending on what they want to do. So that's the benefits of a text field. But how do I know when to use .value or .innerHTML? Anytime it's an input element, you're going to use .value or .selected or .checked. Anytime it's an HTML element, you're going to use .innerHTML. Now, what do I mean by that? So let's say I have something on the page, and what I like about JavaScript is you can change anything on the page. It doesn't need to be a paragraph tag. It doesn't need to be a div. It doesn't need to be, something in the body. You can actually change anything anywhere on the page. So let's use a common example, like a paragraph tag first. So I'm just going to put a paragraph tag below this div with an ID of, let's say, demo, and it's going to be blank. So we saw this in the slides. We're going to do this as an example. So let's say I'm doing set. So when they set the text area, I'm going to set the text area by using .value, and I'm going to set this HTML element. How do I do that? If I do it by .value, you're not going to see anything. You need to actually change the inner HTML, which is the content in between the start tag and the close tag. So let's first grab that element. I'm going to use the DOM to grab that element. I'm going to use an ID. So I'm going to do get element by ID, and the ID is demo. And for this case, I'm using HTML. It's an HTML element. So I'm going to use the inner HTML for this, and I'm going to set it to, let's say, hello world. Okay, I'm going to save that. I'm going to refresh. And I'm going to go and click the set button. So as soon as I do set, you'll see it set the text area, which is an input element. So I'm going to use .value. And here I'm changing a paragraph tag, which is an HTML element. So I'm going to use the inner HTML property instead of .value. And here you'll see hello world. But it doesn't stop there. Let's say I have a title HTML element, and I put an ID here. Let's say I put it as my title. I can actually use JavaScript to change the title tag dynamically. So here I'm going to copy this line 27. I'm going to change the ID to my title, and I'm going to change this to hello world. So I'll leave it as hello world. The title tag, remember, is up at the top. So here you'll see HTML form elements. Here you'll see HTML form elements. So what I like about JavaScript, if I refresh the page and click on set, you'll see I actually changed the tab dynamically. I changed the input item, I changed the paragraph tag, and I changed the title tag all dynamically. Well, what else can I do? How far can I go? Let's say I have a script tag with an ID, and the ID is my script. This is really going to blow your mind. I'm going to copy this document, get element by ID. Instead of my title, I'm going to do my script. And I'm going to change the contents of this script tag. So this script tag is blank, and now I'm going to dynamically change it and actually put some JavaScript there. So one common thing to do in JavaScript is an alert. So I'll do window.alert, and then in single quotes say hello. Okay, so there's no scripts here. When I click the button, I'm going to change the inner HTML of this JavaScript tag. So this is an HTML element. Right now there's nothing. After I click the button, it'll do a window alert and say hello. And this is all going to happen in real time. So let's refresh the page. You'll see the title is back to the default. This is back to the default. If I click on set, you'll see it changed the title. It's now going to change the script tag because that's the next element. When I click on OK, it's now going to change the text area and then change the paragraph tag. So I changed the title, ran the script, and then in addition change the text area and the paragraph tag. Now that's pretty cool. Okay, so I can dynamically change anything on the page. I can change HTML elements. I can change input elements. I can change titles. I can change scripts. I can change styles, all by putting an ID on the element and changing the inner HTML of an element. But remember, I use .value, .selected, .checked for input elements. I use .inner HTML specifically for HTML elements. And in this case, it could be a paragraph tag, it could be a div, it could be a title, it could be a script, it could be a style tag, all by using JavaScript's inner HTML property. Now, how cool is that? JavaScript is very powerful and can be very simple as long as you know how to use it. I'm hoping that's clear. I'm hoping that's firing some neurons to help you for the challenge. Hopefully that gives you a good clue. We still have one more, hidden.html. Stick with Professor Wergeles. We'll see you in the next video.